All right, everyone. This week we are on week 7, so welcome. We have made it over the halfway point. I'm so proud of you for continuing on with this journey. And again, if you have any questions, if you're stuck anywhere, just go back to some of those areas that you feel you might need a reset. If you need to chat with me, make sure that you schedule a call. You do have 2 calls every 4 weeks. So if you have not done so, let's get on a call and let's make sure that you are going strong. So this week we are going to be talking about stress and relaxation, how to recover, because when most of our digestive tract is actually, when we are at a calm state, it actually metabolizes better when we're calm and relaxed. When we're moving and on go and don't know how to recover, our body's going to fight back. So digestive stress is about 25% of what you eat and 75% of who you are being when you are eating. So when you're running around going all day long and then you're just shoving food in your mouth, your body's not going to digest it so well. So who you're being when you eat and when you're healing. Are you moving at warp speed? Go, constantly eating on the go, multitasking, engaging in just chit chat all the time while you're eating? There are ways in which that feeds our response, our stress response. So these are things that feed that. Stress is the opposite of relaxation. When do we feel stress? Mostly when we're moving too fast, right? When we're going and just not stopping. If you've worked for a stronger metabolism, you're working for the stronger metabolism, but haven't achieved success in stress, that is one thing we need to start working on, okay? When moving through life too fast, you inevitably eat fast, right? Which destroys your metabolism and creates digestive upset. It results in meals eaten under a psychological response, a response which diminishes the calorie burning effect. So you don't want that when you're eating. You want your body to burn more calories. The slower you eat, the faster your body metabolizes. The more relaxed you are throughout the day, when you're then the more energy you'll actually have. So the more relaxed. So remember, when you can hit that 2, 3, 4 o'clock slump, that happens because we've been sprinting throughout the day. We've been on the go. We haven't rested and recuperated. We start getting that sleepy, foggy brain, right? We can't do anymore. And that's when we end up binging or trying or turning to something that will provide us more pleasure, because we're not getting enough pleasure throughout the day. We're stressing. Right? So you can eat the healthiest meal on the planet, but if you eat it in a stress or anxious state, your digestion is dramatically diminished. So again, even eating healthy foods, if you're doing it in a stress state, your body's not going to digest and burn those calories efficiently. So how does that work from a scientific perspective? Saliva enzyme content in the mouth is reduced. The breakdown of protein, fat, and carbs in the stomach is impaired. Blood flow to the small intestines decreases as much as 4-fold, which translate into decreased assimilation of vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. That means all those things that should be going out into your body don't. Have you ever experienced eating a full meal and then still being hungry, just like you weren't satisfied? That can happen, right? So that'll happen when you're stressed out. So this is a good sign that your stress response is your body assimilating the nutrients, right? So let's talk about connecting your stress and your metabolism. The autonomic nervous system is responsible for digestive activity, right? There are 2 branches. There's the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. This parasympathetic is also known as the rest and digest response. This is optimal state for digestion. This is where you want to be. When the parasympathetic, I hate saying these words, is activated, our metabolic power goes up. So when it's activated, the sympathetic is known as the fight or flight. This is your stress response. When we're stressed out, our digestion shuts down. The classic textbook example is that of a lion chasing after you, right? After you've eaten lunch, you wouldn't be concerned about digesting a sandwich. What you're concerned about is getting away, right? So what happens is the sympathetic nervous system would act effectively to shut down the digestion and direct the blood to away from your belly, and it goes to your arms and your legs, because you got to get out of there, right? You got to move. So that's what happens when you're stressed out. It's that's when your brain's thinking, it's got to think quick. We got to get out of here. No more digestion. We got to flee, right? This is a brilliant, excellent method if you need to survive. Well, most of us do not confront lions, obviously. On our lunch hour, we do encounter stress. Our psychological level, the physiological level, your body doesn't differentiate between a lion chasing you and your boss yelling at you, or you getting stressed out because something didn't happen, your kids didn't do what you were told them to do, you're stuck in a traffic jam, and that doesn't change. One is life-threatening, the other is not. But guess what? Your body doesn't know the difference. It will still trigger the body, shut off digestion, and store fat. And that decreases our metabolic power. This is why I always say that we really need to learn to manage stress. Once you learn to manage the stress, that is one of the key factors. So it's not about what you're eating, it's also how you're eating. Cortisol, when it comes to cortisol, you all have learned about that. We've talked about that. This is the hormone that's released when we are under stress. Studies show that increased cortisol in the system leads to fat accumulation. It holds on to fat. People who tend to gain weight primarily around your belly likely experience chronic low-level stress, as excess cortisol production has this strange effect on fattening up the belly. Does that make sense? So, if you're under a lot of stress, you're going to start getting that belly fat. So what we want to do is we want to learn to manage it. Cortisol levels go up and tend to create a fat accumulation around the belly. This is when you see people with skinny legs, skinny arms that have a belly. That's what happens. That means they're under a lot of stress. So what are 3 common stressors you experience, and how does your body respond to them? Think about that. What are 3 common stressors that you experience? If the body is even at a low stress, most of the time you may lose a few pounds here and there, but ultimately no amount of calorie counting or treadmilling will help you get to where you want. So any stress, we have to learn to manage it. We're all under stress. It's just, how do we manage it? Your task is to do something that that's not really difficult, but it is to relax. Right? It's hard said than done, I know, for most people, because their life is just filled with stress, but there are some things that you can do. Some people use anxiety and stress to motivate themselves to lose weight. For example, right? If you don't lose 8 pounds of fat, you're not going to go to the ring. All you're doing is adding up more stress. If you go to the gym for 4 days, you're not doing certain things. You're getting stressed out. So don't stress yourself out about those kind of things. I'm not losing the weight. When you stress yourself out about the number on the scale, you're causing your body to go into that state of stress. Cortisol levels are being let out. And that's why a lot of times I tell people, stop thinking about the number on the scale. Start focusing on the good feelings, right? This might work once in a while, but it's not going to be sustainable if you kind of lower, higher, lower, right? To boost your metabolism, you must relax and stop producing so much cortisol. So now that we're aware of what stressors are, what are some relaxers? I'm curious as to what your top 3 relaxers are. Things that you have that made you feel relaxed. There's no wrong answer here. What I want you to do is I want you to post the 3 ways that you relax. I want you to post that in the group chat. Okay, that's something I want to see. I want to know, I want you to become aware of what kind of things you do that help you relax, and then just start doing more of those. All right, so let's talk about, so what's the number 1 way to stop producing so much cortisol, right? The answer here is to slow down. If you eat breakfast in 5 minutes, increase that. Make it 10 minutes. Slow it down. If you normally take 10, make it 15. Add like 5 minutes to how fast. Just make the time. Don't be eating on the run. Don't be eating on the go. Don't get in your car and eat while you're driving. Aim to give yourself, the best thing to do is give yourself 20 minutes to eat. If you can do that. And, and just increase it. Just slowly increase it. When you go to lunch, give yourself 20 minutes to sit there, breathe. There's a method we call 5-5-5. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Learn how to do a 20-minute meal. Your body's going to be in a more relaxed state. You want to maybe go somewhere where it's quiet, play some soft music. You don't want loud music. You want to relax. Optimize your home and your work schedule as best as you can, and do the best that you can. Get your family to do it. When you sit around and talk. Sit there and just enjoy, conversation. That might be relaxing to you. Don't get any, don't ask any tough questions that might cause the arguments around the kitchen table. Ask about, we used to do this thing about, what's going well. And we would go around and each of my kids and us would say what went well today. And that's what we would do. We focus on the positive. All right. So then remember, in session number 2, we talked about practicing chewing. Try to chew your food. Try to do that 30 times, 20 to 30 times, because you really need, the digestion starts in the mouth. Actually, the digestion starts when it sees the food. Your mouth starts salivating. And then when you put it in your mouth, you need to eat it enough to liquefy it so that when you swallow it, it's going to be so much easier for the digestive enzymes and juices to actually digest it and get rid of it. So what you want to do is, even if you don't have any time to do that and have the long meals, the good news is that you can take, when it comes to just de-stressing. When it comes to de-stressing, you can do it in less than 2 minutes to de-stress. And you can move into more of a maximum nutrition, maximize your metabolism when you're eating. So you can do this by doing what we call a 5-5-7 breath. So let's say you're going to lunch, and maybe you only get 30 minutes. Most people will get like 30 minutes, I hope. But whatever time you have, I want you to try this. This is going to be one of your experiential things to do. I'm going to add it in here as well, and I want you to try this. So we call this a 5-5-7 breath. What you do is you inhale to the count of 5, you hold it for 5, and you exhale for 7. So let's do that together. So let's breathe in. I'm going to count on my fingers, okay? So breathe in. There you go. Try that again. Breathe in and hold it for breathing in 5 seconds. So breathe in, let it take 5 seconds to breathe in, and then hold it for 5 seconds. And then you want to slowly breathe out and count 7 seconds out. So the exhale is a bit longer than the inhale, okay? Sit in a comfortable position. You want to sit with your spine straight, your feet flat on the floor. You can open or close your eyes. Sometimes it's easier if there's a lot of distractions, just close your eyes and inhale for count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fill your lungs up to 2/3 capacity, and then hold it for 5 counts, and then exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you continue to do this, consciously breathing, steady rhythm, scan your senses, feel your body, just relax, try not to move. Okay, you want to try to smell the sense of the air. You want to just if you're closing your eyes, you see that orange, the red orange on your eyelids. You want to feel the tastes in your mouth. What are you tasting? Feel your body and relax it. You do this, try to repeat it like 10 times. And that's only takes you a few minutes. Then you're in a better, more relaxed state to actually eat. So this 2-minute relaxation you can do anywhere, anytime. Let's say it doesn't have anything to do with you eating. You're stressed out at work. You're having a busy day. Your boss yelled at you, or you're yelling at your client, your employees, whatever's going on. If you feel that stress, it's just going up, stop what you're doing. Either go into your office, go into the bathroom, go somewhere, and do this for 2 minutes and just see how your body reacts. And try it. I'd like to hear what you think about that. So that is it. Remember, it's about relaxing. There are some things we can do. I'm going to do another video on sleeping, because sleep is another key important area. So we want to practice slowing down. You want to take in, even if it's just taking in 10 breaths before your meal, even if it's not doing that counting, just deep breaths, release it slowly. Engage all your senses, relax and feel your body. Allow your body to prepare. It's going to slow down that heart rate. You're going to feel a calm come over your body. So I want you to try that, and I want to hear how it goes. So have a great one.